Hi Libra, this is going to be a tarot reading for you for May 2021. I will also bring an oracle deck into this reading and use astrology too. The structure of this reading will be just like looking at some cards for the past, present, and immediate future energies coming up around you. And then we will look at the cards together. I will show you them all laid out and we'll pull more to clarify. So Libra, let's get right into your reading. What are the themes that you've been dealing with as of late? So Libra, remember the energy on these readings are fluid. Take what, and the time is fluid. So just take what resonates today and leave the rest. Ooh, the Tower coming up for past energy. So something potentially explosive. Page of Cups with somebody that you really care about very deeply. Two of Cups. Ooh, could have been a relationship. Could have been some sort of a, I'm seeing water here and the Tower card, like some sort of a whirlwind romance or a whirlwind relationship, or something could have come to you pretty suddenly in terms of love and happiness, connection, or with friendship and family. Okay, so something that I really believe, I'm getting the feeling that you really manifested this, if for positive or for negative, manifested the love and the connection, manifested the explosive Tower moment. Which one? We'll go deeper now in just a moment, but let me get some cards out here. What is Libra experiencing presently? The High Priestess. Ooh, love this energy. Wanna be her. The Three of Wands. So Sun in Aries, which is what we have right now sitting right opposite you, Libra, that's represented by the Three of Wands. You want more. Five of Pentacles. You want more than a less than commitment or show of affection or show of love or commitment. You want so much more. Okay, we'll go deeper, but let's get some cards out. And what can Libra expect going in from May into the end of May into June for Libra? What can they expect to come up? Isn't it going to be an interesting reading, I think, Libra? So then we've got, in reverse, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Fool card. Yes, okay, so it's so interesting, like the beginning of the reading, the first card is the Tower and then the Fool card. This is very liberating energy, so this doesn't always have to be scary. This doesn't always have to be catastrophic or a disaster. The Tower doesn't always have to be a argument or a breakup or an explosive event that came out of nowhere. It can be total freedom and liberation. The Fool card is represented by Uranus, the planet of liberation and kind of radical change, and it is unpredictable in nature. Mars rules the Tower, force and drive and cause for, you know, causal. So this kind of together does tell me that overall, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the reading, Libra, but overall the energy for Libra's growth and soul growth is one of becoming liberated, change happening, taking chances, all in the name of your next period of evolution here, basically, Libra. Okay, so what did this feel like? It felt very emotional for you, the Tower moment. And you know, emotional good or emotional sad. And the Tower moment that happened, and this could have been like March, April, it did seem unpredictable and it did seem unsettling, and you might have had to act or move suddenly or change the course of your life suddenly. And I'm seeing it coming up around Cups and love. So for some, this really might have looked like a romantic relationship. The Two of Cups, unfortunately, is reversed. So we do have this kind of water spilling out of the cups. And there was something really sweet about this and like really really romantic and like even like gentle and childlike, or it's just really a loving situation, but something had to change around that. We'll have to clear up and figure out what this was. For some, I'm seeing like quick turnaround and like a quick relationship happening, and it kind of was like whirlwind. Basically, it came in hot and heavy, but it not necessarily ended, but yeah, I do see some sort of a change here and an ending here and a moving on coming up in May. So let's get into that. We'll pull more cards to figure out what this relationship was all about. But I do see this just disruption there, and I see eventually a going solo for some. For some, if this doesn't really resonate with you, Libra, the energy of it was just that something might have come up around people that you cared about, or somebody that you have a close friendship with, or like that you usually are very good, like able to communicate and have a good level of emotional understanding between you. Something came up where there wasn't that understanding, and it was, you know, resulted in a moment like this, and leading me into the High Priestess for the month of May. So this is your card for May, basically, and this is the energy of taking a more passive approach, and perhaps though, Libra, a need for you to really discern and trust in your intuition. What is that telling you about what you desire? Aries, desire, Sun in Aries. What do you desire? What are you looking for? You know, like you've already manifested a lot of love and connection and friendship as of late, and like even just spending time with people. That's been something that you maybe didn't know you were manifesting, but it came to be and you were like, I needed this. Now you need to really go within and ask yourself, there is a voice telling you what you next need, and it sounds to me like desire. What do you really desire? And the Five of Pentacles talks to me though about a feeling of like, do I deserve this kind of a thing, or like there could be a feeling of rejection as well. That's the emotion that's coming up for me here with the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles in the month of May. It could have been this rejection, could have been this sudden need to depart or leave, or completely change your course, and something coming out really suddenly, maybe even like explosively for some. This will vary, but for some it really was, and that emotion can be triggered like one of maybe alienation or rejection. That could be coming up. You are really looking to expand and take things forward and move things along, make something more, but there is a feeling of not having enough. So for some, you may be feeling like, I really want to move on something, and I do see a Fool card energy coming up and thinking about taking a chance on something, but there is this sort of feeling like, I don't have the resources to make this business grow, or to start up my company, or to make this relocation, whatever this change is to, and it is in alignment with something that you really want and desire. There is a feeling of unworthiness perhaps, or it's just downright like lack of material resources in this card, and like you just don't have the means to do it at the moment. Coming up though, things are looking a lot more lucrative by May going into June. We will have to clear it up, but so far things are looking pretty good. The Ten of Swords is this more distressing looking card, but reversed, these are penetrating, and the full weight of the turmoil is on top of you. When it reverses, it releases, and yeah, it's still going to hurt for sure, but it's not penetrating as much, and it's not as weighty basically. So we're getting out of a cycle here, and this had been a cycle of building stress or letting something worry you so much, and you know, or it could have been just like the fallout and aftermath of the Tower moment, and recuperating, picking up the pieces, and tending to ourselves again, because that had been really unsettling. So we've probably needed to lick our wounds or ground, or just comfort ourselves in some way. We're looking at much more financial opportunity by the end of the month with the Nine of Pentacles for Libra. So this is like very much feeling like you can make the move that you want to make. You want to make the move in May for sure. You know that you want to do it, but you're scared or worried or feeling like you don't have enough. But by the end of May going into June, I do see some sort of a change in how your thought cycle has been going, for the better. It'll take time to work it out. We'll clear it up, but Nine of Pentacles is much more financially advantageous by the end of the month to take the leap of faith that you've been wanting to take, and hopefully by late May into June, the lessons of this tower will have been realized, and it won't just feel like disruption for the sake of disruption. There was actually a reason for it, and you feel more liberated now than you did prior to the tower moment. I'm thinking maybe March, April. Let's look at these cards together then, Libra. I'm going to show you these, and I'm going to then pull from this oracle here to ground the reading before clarifying with more cards. So let's just see. I'm going to take a message from this Kuan Yin oracle, and that's the Chinese goddess of compassion. So I just read this as a message from your highest, most compassionate self to you now, Libra. What would that message from Kuan Yin be? Oh, okay. Maybe you were meditating along, Libra. That was a while for that message to come out. Ooh, Mother Fearless, number 18. Might have a relevance to you today, this number, but I'm going to read about this from the oracle. Mother Fearless, really like the look of that. So it says, Mother Fearless is your guardian, and nothing can penetrate the passionate fire of her fearless love. Your safety is assured, beloved. In the midst of any apparent challenge or threat, no matter how frightening it may seem, and no matter how insecure you might feel about taking a step on your spiritual path into more power, know that you are safe, protected, and you are loved. I think about this all the time, like, why would I jump off this cliff if I didn't feel protected, that there is something going to bounce me right back off into my new opportunity, into the city, a safety net, that is something, it's like a guardian basically, or just there's something leading you there. It seems risky, it seems crazy, but overall the risk will pay off is what I'm thinking. So let's see, it goes on to say that you've been growing spiritually, and sometimes this evokes responses from others. Could have been what happened here. The responses may be loving and affirming, encouraging and validating. Many will choose to be inspired by your growth. Sometimes, however, lower vibrational responses will arise, which might be fearful, insecure, jealous, or angry. These responses are there so that they can be healed. This healing is for you. The healing for you is how you choose to allow yourself to shine and not be diminished by the healing process of another. Yeah, so sometimes we hold ourselves back from telling a friend or somebody we love really exciting or good news, because we know that they may react in a way that is rooted in their kind of feeling of insecurity or jealousy, or even resentment for some. But really we're doing the person a favor by telling them this, so that can trigger in them the areas in which they need to be healed. So don't basically dim your light for other people, is what I think that's saying at the moment, Libra, because if you are doing that, you're offering those people an opportunity for themselves to become better if they wish to acknowledge it. And we're all here to do that and grow. So that's great. Stand, basically shine brighter. Hello, it's still Aries season. Shine brighter. Fuck it. Okay, so let's keep going and clear these rows up now, row by row. Let's go back to the past. I just really want to look at the nature of these cup energies after the tower moment. So more messages around the Page of Cups and the Two of Cups reversed after the tower. Knight of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Aries card at the bottom, your sister sign, the Emperor. And I just realized I'm saying it's Aries season still, but when I release this, the sun will probably have moved into Taurus. But this is when, this happened when the sun was in Aries. So that would have been any time from around 20th of March to around 19th. April. So think about that time period and what was coming up for you. A powerful connection with some. For some, it will be like just a really hot and heavy, for some unexpected love romance. But for some, I do see that there was a conflict or some sort of a parting of the ways, or something that unsettled you emotionally in terms of your connections with others. Something could have come up from the past. There was a full moon in Scorpio on the 26th of April, which can really, you know, we have Mars ruling Aries, but we also have Mars ruling Scorpio. So that could have come up in a way where things came up from the surface, emotional, of an emotional nature, and they came up in for review as to how they have ended rather than a new beginning. So that might have been triggering for some if they were traumatic endings, if that was coming up again. But basically, the nature of whatever this happened, I do see sudden arrival and departure very much indicated, or a need for sudden change and movement with these cards, and that really may have unsettled something in your personal life and how you feel about, you know, just how you're feeling emotionally and things like that. I do still get the sense that regardless of the unsettling nature of what happened, this is really reiterating to me that a new beginning is being born from it. Ace of Pentacles and the Fool card, and it really has just created a new opportunity and a window for growth for you, basically, Libra. So that's great. Let's see, we have Aries, your sister sign here. The sun was in Aries at that point. Let me see if there's anything else I need to say about that, the astrology. So basically, if you know your rising sign, Libra, check the video for that out, because this is going to be a message more so for Libra rising, but of course it can still resonate for Libra sun, moon, Venus, whatever you're watching from. Libra rising, the astrology for May is basically focused around activity in Gemini. This is Sun in Gemini here. Sun moves into Gemini in the first week of May, Mercury moves into Gemini in the first week of May, followed by Venus around the 9th of May, finally the Sun towards the end of the month around the 21st of May. And that's kind of, we've got a Mercury retrograde there, but for Libra rising, that's all happening in the 9th house. So Gemini is your 9th house, Libra rising. So when all these planets move into Gemini, that's where we're going to feel a bit more focus. Gemini, all this activity for Aries rising in, for Libra rising in Gemini, is centered around travel and like a need for kind of wanting to explore different cultures, expand your knowledge. Like basically the humdrum, boring life won't be satisfying for Libra rising in particular in the month of May. There will be a real need for expansion, anything to do with the 9th house where all this activity is happening in Gemini. For Libra rising is all about expansion, new ideas, bigger picture, exploration, travel, exotic cultures, fancier things. We have Venus there, yes. So this kind of Venusian energy with the 9 of Pentacles is telling me like that, you know, Libra rising is really just going to want to be like kind of indulging in May. And so this can like make you forget the important things, like important appointments or paying your bills or keeping on top of the humdrum, okay? So let's see what's coming up in the month of May for the sign of Libra. High Priestess, 3 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. New people could be coming into your life, sort of reconnecting with people you haven't seen in a while. Just fresh energy is coming in. So different people around you in the month of May, and this could be from other cultures. I have the Sagittarius card here represented with the Knight of Wands. You might be dealing with the Sagittarius and you spend some more time with them this month. Similarly, a Cancer or a water sign or fire sign kind of dynamic here. This Queen of Cups is very much though, like, okay, Libra, do you need to tend to yourself on a level here? Do you need to look after yourself to kind of get this fresh Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck? Do you need to kind of just tend to yourself again and have that rest and relaxation so that you're reinvigorated? So care for yourself, be quiet if you need to, take a rest, go to the beach, take a vacation if you can. That would be really a good signification for all this ninth house activity, especially for Libra rising. Get away if you can, but really whatever it is, care for yourself so that you have this creative spark and motivation and energy to take off again and to get going again. The risks that you want to take in like early May, mid-May don't seem possible until something changes and opens doors for you towards late May, going into June even. You might even be feeling this. 10 of Swords. Some of it comes from you, Libra. Some of it comes from you just saying like enough is enough with this way I live my life, the way I talk to myself, this behavioral pattern. Enough is enough of this. It's not getting me anywhere. It's got to give. It's holding me back. And now if I cut something out or do something differently or change something, I have all this resources. I have all this reason to feel, not that you should never not feel proud of yourself, Libra, but you're going to have concrete evidence, which is sometimes maybe what you feel like you need something to show for all your hard work. And this is what Nine of Pentacles brings. It will bring something for you to actually look at and say, I achieved this, well done, and this will stand to me, I'll always have it. It's very much, there's permanence in the works here. There's permanence and then there's the risk. So like, that could be something you're thinking of, or those are themes that are coming up, but risk is weighing out strongly for me because I feel like with the Tower, that was all for this risk. It may not seem like it at the time, but something changed and something was disrupted for this moment to happen. So let's see what's coming through for you. Let's see what's coming through for Libra, ending this reading late May into early June. Okay, King of Wands in reverse. And the Sun card, that's Leo energy coming through for this, me to say to you right away. This is a strong Leo indicators here. New beginning might take place with a Leo. New business partner might be a Leo. Person who approaches you might be a Leo. Person who awards you your certificate might be a Leo. Person who asks you to come into business with you might be a Leo, and so on and so forth. But that could be I see them not as the person from the past, but the person that will continue in the future, or not the new person coming in, but it could be, but the energy coming in. Someone who's a good leader is coming into your life, someone who inspires you to live more authentically to yourself, bravely, like this child, just living in their truth on their horse with their flag. Yes, love it. Then that's Leo is the sign of our most authentic self and expressing it and not being afraid. Mother Fears, that looks fiery to me too. So this is the energy of this. If it's nothing to do with Leo, it's stepping into what that embodies. Solar energy. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun in our birth chart is what represents our life purpose, basically. Our constant drive subconsciously and consciously towards this destination is represented by the sun in the birth chart. And the King of Wands is very motivated to get there. But there is something that can't be rushed, Libra, and that's why this king is in reverse. There is an indication that you want to take a gamble and are optimistic on something. I don't know if it's necessarily related to this, although it could be coming in like that, as in it comes from somebody, this opportunity who's a good leader, or they're just very warm or inspirational. You're drawn to them like the sun's warmth. You just think they're very magnetic, and that's all well and good. This is talking to me about something else. This is telling me that there's something that can't be rushed, Libra, and what that is your healing and coming to terms with the trauma. That can't be rushed. We are transitioning and we are moving into something that is going to be more smooth sailing for us and less triggering, less sword sticking in our back at every turn. but that it just can't be rushed how you do that. You have to look at something. You're kind of this is egotistical, very egotistical, when with the sun is our ego, so, and the King of Wands in reverse, not the nicest character. So this can be very egotistical, narcissistic, and failing to look at other perspectives, and being very, Leo can be actually very very much a dictator at worst. So at best a charismatic and heartfelt leader, but at worst a dictator, especially with this reversal here. But then the Mother Fearless is saying to shine brighter. And I think shine brighter, yes, but don't let it become egotistical or kind of egomaniac vibes. That's all. But shine bright, you're going to want to be in the spotlight, I think, a little bit more. And Mother Fearless is even indicating that. This could trigger in others, like Mother Fearless was saying, like feelings of insecurity or jealousy when you're shining so bright. And that's great. It's sun is here. It is your turn to shine, and you deserve to shine now, Libra. But just keep an eye out for the ego. I guess that's the only thing. Ego is good. Ego is not all bad. Let's catch up again then next week, Libra. That's going to be your reading for now. I'll come back with something for love and relationships next week. But until then, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit share, like, and subscribe. See you then.